Do you think you have a back crotch problem? If you're working on fitting pants and your pants muslin looks and feels tight in the back like this, it very well may be that you do have an issue with your crotch and your crotch extensions. But before you start adjusting those, I have something for you to try first. So as you can see in this muslin, the fabric is very snug underneath the behind, and I think you can also see that both of the balance lines are angling inward as they travel to the hem. So that would lead me to believe that the back crotch or the front crotch extension needs to be wider, because remember, your body has to have enough depth front to back for you to sit in and stand in without pulling. But before you start adjusting your pattern, I invite you to check something else first. The crotch curve can be adjusted from two ends. It can be adjusted from lengthening or shortening the crotch extensions, but it can also be adjusted from the waist. And I just got back from a pants fitting workshop, and some of the issues with fitting the crotch in the class had to do with pulling the pants up too high. So in this situation, I just want to show you here, this is kind of a simple tutorial, but I really thought it was important to point this out to you, that if you look at the front, our muslin does not look that bad. Notice my grain line, my horizontal balance line here, looks straight and parallel to the floor. But what I do see, and this is a little bit of a clue to the problem, is that there is a lot of extra fabric hanging out on either leg, close to where the muslin goes in towards the inseam. So see how I can grab handfuls of fabric here, way too much fabric. So if you see something like that on your fit muslin, consider adjusting it from the waist first. Remember, the crotch curve can be adjusted from the waist or from the tip of the crotch. And sometimes when you're fitting pants, there's a lot of things to keep track of. You're trying to balance the front and back leg together. You're trying to create enough ease around. You're trying to get everything into the correct position vertically. And sometimes you can get into a situation where you pull the front up too high, and then that causes everything to shift forward. And sometimes it's not obvious because, here I'm looking at this, and while I do have this extra fabric here, it might not have occurred to me that that's what was going on. So what I'm going to do here is I am just going to lower the front rise a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to pin it into place here. I've just lowered it maybe, a half an inch or so. Okay, and let's look at it now. Now from the front, you can see that some of that extra fabric that was hanging out here is not there anymore. So I've improved, the fit of the front leg by getting rid of some of that fabric. Why did that happen? We let it drop, and as we let the front rise drop, the whole crotch from the side, when we dropped the front, allowed the whole rest of the curve to come through the back leg. Now let's look at the back view. Notice now my back leg is hanging much better. So lowering the front rise at center front relaxed the pulling. My center balance lines are hanging straight down the back leg now, and things are looking much better. So this is just a quick thing to check before you start going down the rabbit hole of scooping or extending crotch extensions, or playing with the width of the inseams. All of these different things might be something you have to work with, but it's always a good idea to double check what's going on at the waist before you do that. And so this seems like a really simple little thing, but when you're in the thick of it, sometimes you just need a reminder to really give what you're doing around your waistline a second look before you start adjusting your pattern pieces. So I'm going to be doing some more pants fitting videos coming up because I haven't really done a lot of that lately, and I just wanted to start out with a basic thing that might help you fix your crotch curve before you really go down that rabbit hole of adjusting everything to get the pattern to fit better, things that you might not even need. So if you have any questions or comments, please post those below and I will help you. If you're enjoying my content, consider liking and subscribing to my channel because it helps me grow. I want to thank everybody for taking a minute to watch, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.